Mrs. Powell, I tried to contact you last night, but your husband said that you were out for the evening.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get any message.
Oh, not to worry. We're all here now.
Yes, would you like to come through the office?
Well, I'm sure Mrs. Reynolds would love to see it, but all in good time. Well, ladies, may I introduce Mrs. Anne Reynolds, the new governor of Wentworth.
Oh, dear. This really has been a surprise for you, hasn't it? I'm sorry.
Oh, no need to apologize, Mrs. Reynolds. Breakdown in communications, that's all.
Yes. It is a pity, though. We could have welcomed you a little better than this.
Well, thank you for the thought, but I'd really like to get started. Perhaps you could show me to my office, Mrs. Powell.
Of course. Will there be anything else, Mr. Douglas?
Oh, no, not at the moment. I'll speak to Mrs. Reynolds if anything crops up.
Right. This way, Mrs. Reynolds.
Will I see you before you go, Mr. Douglas?
Good Lord, yes, I wouldn't throw you in the deep end like that. I'll see you in the office.
Oh, and I'd like to contact the Prisoners Reform Group as well. Mrs. Davidson belonged to that too, I believe.
Now, don't take on too much to start with. Oh, the PRG's all right, I suppose. I think you do better to get this place in order first, don't you?
You're right, of course. I must admit there's quite a bit to be done.
No, you can do it. Just remember what I said. Put the department first, and everything else
will fall into place.
That's right.
You mean Reynolds? Mrs. Anne Reynolds. And if we're to believe our pompous leader, she's true blue department through and bloody through.
Well, thank you, but I'm afraid I won't have time to eat. I have to go out. Don't bother putting it down. Perhaps someone else would like it.
But what about your lunch? Mrs. Davidson always had it about this time.
Mrs. Davidson. Now, please take it out. Damn. My first disagreement with the department, and I take it out on a prisoner.
Oh, well, I wouldn't worry about Lizzie if I were you. She was giving Mrs. Davidson advice all the time.
Once again, Mrs. Powell, and I think I'll have to put a meemo out to this effect. I am not Mrs. Davidson. Now, I'll be at Driscoll House if anyone wants me.
Last time I shot you lunch, lady.